What's up, guys? So, fun fact, okay, I walked into a store today and I found out that they have a 75% off sale on all fishing gear. Alright, so I kind of went a little crazy. To be honest, this whole bag right here was actually only $42. Right? $42. So, like, I got a few different things, got a few muddy water baits. Never tried them before, thought that'd be cool. This color right here, they call it the Outlaw, 2.5 inch. Right, so I got a ton of Brushpile jigs, both 2.5 inch and, let's see if we focus here, 1 inch. Right, so kind of gonna go through. I was able to get, well, honestly, I bought all of their, well, this is not the one I was thinking about, but yeah, I bought some split shots. Honestly, as I was going through and I was seeing a lot of these tiny Brushpile jigs, right? So that's a 2 inch. Here goes another 1 inch. Some more 1 inch, right? I was like, well, let's just go ahead and make a micro kit, right? Let's just go ahead and put that together. So it goes another 2.5 inch muddy water. I just kind of got some baits that I've never used before. Bear Creek, I thought that this looked really good. They call it the Ocean Breeze. Just kind of really reminded me of like that grass, that blue grass, right? I was like, you know what? I don't have any of that color right now. So I got a couple bags of those. Let's see what else. Some more muddy water baits. These are a little smaller. Let's see, 2 inch blue milk. That's like a monkey milk flavor, right? Got slab runner. Thought that'd be pretty cool. It's a pretty cool color. They call that peak, right? Gonna try to make sure this wind doesn't blow. I got some eye hole jigs, right? That 1/8. Pretty cool. Let's see here. Bluegrass from Muddy Waters, 2 inch. What all we got here? 1.5 inch Jubilee Bandit, pretty cool color from Brushpile. I'm gonna set that there with that 2 inch. Got some more 1 inch. And what really spiked this, and I was really psyched about it, and I'm gonna walk around real quick because I want to show you. I was fishing a creek the other day, and I was using this color right here, right? The glow green laminate, 1 inch, and that's pretty great. Like, it's awesome. I was fishing in it on 1/48 ounce jig, and it was like crazy. It was just tearing up the crappie, literally. So then when I walked in there, I really walked in there just to go get another bag of these, right? And it had actually been a while since I had been in there. Alright, it had been a pretty good while since I had been in there. 2 inch jackhammer with the black and chartreuse, 1.5 inch. It's just another one of those berries, right? So more slab runners, white. These are just some drop shot hooks that I saw, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get some of those, right? Set those over there. We have some more split shots here. That's for that micro kit that I really want to put together. Let's see what else we got. Got this VMC wacky kit. Yeah, I bass fish a little bit too, so I thought that would be interesting. All right, I'll keep those over there. See what else Brushpile we got. So another bag of those orange, another 2 inch hammer, that blue. Yeah, the blueberry color they call it. Looks nice. I got some baby glow chartreuse, 1 inches. You know, those should be fun. Yeah. And I was really just kind of just grabbing a bunch of different colors. I was like, you know, this looks cool. This looks like it'll work in my little creek, right? I was able to find that almost bluegrass looking color, but these will get ate up. Blue Magic 2-inch dart. I think I had some darts started over here. No, well, that's a Dancer gold Dancer hammer. Got Sunshine 1-inch baby shad. 2.5 Blueberry Dancer 2.5. That monkey lips, wow. That monkey milk with that pink tail, I bet that's gonna tear them up. I probably should have gotten like 4 or 5 bags of these, but I think that was the only one they had left, right? So what else did we get? We got some more slab runners. Look at that color. You know that color's gonna tear them up. That Electric Chicken. Electric Chicken gonna do a great job. We got another white. Got us a rooster tail, 1/24 of an ounce, just to play in the creek. Got some sausage spins, 1/16, you know, with the pink head. I've never really fished much with these, but I'm excited to give them a try. And I did, what I was saying earlier was I actually saw all these 1/48 ounce and 1/64 ounce jigs, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting all of them. Can you imagine what I paid for them? $1.75. You know, 75% off. Like, it's crazy. I would be crazy not to have bought them, right? So like, I'm gonna set up a whole. I got my Plano box here. I'm gonna set up a whole just little box. When I go to the creeks, I don't really like to carry a lot of stuff with me. So it's nice to just grab a little box and start walking. And a 2-inch hammer, Night Rider color. That's what that is right there. And got that other yellow, other orange, and we got a couple of 2-inch disco chubs, silver chartreuse. Yeah, it's gonna make it interesting. Couple right there. I'm hoping that they do something fantastic, right? And I couldn't help but get, yeah, another bag of jigs. These looked really good. Yeah, flat side crappie jigs, 1/8 ounce with that sickle hook. I couldn't resist, but that was the only bag left. I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. Yeah, why not? And got some Brushpile Jig butter, silver, and that glow chartreuse. I couldn't not get it. Yeah. Well, magic minnow and gnarly garlic, huh? Right. So that should be fun. Got the last slab runner. Looks like we got 2 pink, 2 white. And then we got us a little gray ghost, 1/8 ounce. And this should be pretty good with that little red in there now that, you know, it's almost crawfish season. So that should be fun. And then I just got a bit of an assortment of bobbers. And we lose terminal tackle so much, and I'm sorry my phone keeps going out of focus. The wind keeps bringing this bag into focus, right? But I'm not a huge fan of those spring bobbers, to be honest. But these were originally marked at $1.10, right? And I got them 75% off. So I was like, bobbers come and go. Like, in the fishing creeks, I get snagged all the time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get 12 of them, because why not? Okay. Why not? So the wind is getting kind of tight. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna start just trying to put all these into, we're gonna do the micro I probably need to just start with all the 1-inch jigs. We're gonna go ahead and put them in our box here. I love doing this kind of stuff. To be honest, I have way too many boxes, but I think it's really going to help here as I'm becoming more available. I'm going to be able to do a little more filming and get a little more content day to day. So I think I'll be able to show off my boxes with you, and we'll be able to just walk down to the creek and take minimal gear, just a rod and a tiny box. This box, I believe, was the 3500 plano. It's like $5. I bought it at Walmart, and I think it's going to be very useful for what I want it to do. I do a lot of catch and release, unless a friend really wants fish or I'm really craving fish. But it's easy to travel with just a little tiny box. That's the main thing. It's so easy. And this is Fish East. We want to keep it simple. We don't want to be too crazy. We don't want to carry a whole lot of equipment with us, a whole lot of gear. Just grab and go. So this is actually December, and me, I am in Mississippi, central Mississippi, right? So Brushpile Jigs, they've only made it into the Mississippi area a few years ago. I remember watching a bunch of videos where it was making its way down from Illinois, and shout out to Illinois. I am actually only just learning about the Brushpile Jig Company, to be honest. When I bought this color, it was the first time I had ever tried them, right? First time I had ever tried them. And I'm actually from Elgin, Illinois myself, so I know Brushpile Jigs up there in, Sharp's Outdoors. They work really hard. I've been trying to do my research and look into their company. And I love being able to support a business in my home state of Illinois. But the good thing about our weather down here is that we can pretty much fish most of the year, as opposed to up there, which I know they fish, right? I know you like to fish up there in Illinois, but it's kind of cold, which it shouldn't stop us, but it's gonna stop me at some point. It's just parts of being human. So I think we got a really neat box going on here. I've been getting pretty excited because I think this little MicroJig box is just going to be perfect. We got 1/64 ounce jigs. We got 1/48 ounce jigs. We're going to have like 30 jigs of each color that we bought, and I think that's going to really be awesome. And I'm deciding that I'm mostly going to leave this just a Brushpile 1-inch jig. I might throw in some of the 1.5 inch in there, but I think this little box itself is going to stay as just a Brushpile Jigs box. I think I'll save the muddy waters and try them a different day. They are garlic scented, so you can see there, but I'm not sure if I want to put them in this box, to be honest. I'm really liking the fact that this is going to be a MicroJig box, that whenever it's time to, downsize that presentation and get those finicky fish to bite, I think Brushpile is going to take care of business. And that's only from having used that one bag, that one color. That one color just, it was lighting them up, guys. And I was so ecstatic when I found out about their 75% off at that store that I literally went crazy. Let me show you. Do y'all think that I got my money's worth? I honestly should have been counting bags. But do you think I got my money's worth? I mean, all of this except the box. Well, if we include the box from Walmart, yeah, I spent $47 on all of this stuff. So, what do you think? You think I made a deal? I think I got a deal, man. I think I got the lick of a lifetime. Lick of a lifetime. Alright, so we're getting all of our jigs in there. I'm over here being clumsy, making sure not to leave any behind. Yeah, look at that. I may have got a deal, right? But that's money. We cannot lose those. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're almost through with those 1 inch. So I guess we're gonna do the next row. The next row honestly might be the 1 1/2 inch. And I don't have a ton of those, so that shouldn't take long. And no, I'm not gonna leave room in this box for a bobber or two, to be honest. I don't think we need to do that. Right, so let's go with this 1 1/2 ounce Orange Jubilee. One and a half ounce. And I like a little bit of a color scheme, so we're gonna throw these in here. That was an 18 count, guys. So 18 count. Oops, look at me being clumsy again. So we're gonna move those over. Move all those over. And some of you might say, oh, I just like to keep my soft plastics in the bag. Well, that's cool. You do that. There's not a problem with that. I hate having to stop and open a bag. You might call me a baby for it. I hate to stop and open a bag in the middle of fishing. So I think that was the only 1 1/2 inch. That is crazy. Okay, so we have a blueberry one. That's a 2 inch. 2 inch chubs. Right. 2 inch bluegrass. So we may actually have some room here where we could drop in some, we might need to go back to that store, to be honest. They had some other flavors of the one. Look at me calling them a flavor. Well, we don't know we're not sure what them crappie are in the mood for day to day, you know. So we have those little, well, we could probably put a 2 inch in there. Let's do that. Let's put a 2 inch in there. Let's put these 2 inch plum crazies. They look good. I mean, do you see that color? And now it's getting cloudy here. My phone is being funny on the centering, focusing, right? It's focusing over here on my hand. Well, these are 2 inches, so I guess they'll probably fit fine in these boxes. Yeah, they fit fine there. Go with 2 inch. Drop them in there. And they got that scent on them. So this box is gonna be a little greasy. Right, it's gonna be a little bit greasy. Feel it on my fingers right now. So I actually have 2 bags of the black Knight Rider hammer, 2 inch hammer. So I'm going to put both of those bags in one of these spots. Right. Those went fairly easy. dovetails don't get snagged there. Going with the last bit. Well, I'm sorry for my camera not wanting to focus good, guys. That's that 2-inch hammer, Knight Rider, Brushpile edition. Alright, tuck that nice and neat in there. Okay, so what should we do next? I guess let's go with another blue. Yeah, we have a couple compartments. Tell you what we should do is let's go ahead and drop our little tiny split shots in one of these compartments. You know, this is going to be a micro jig box, but every now and then you want to add a tiny little bit of weight. You know, so I'm gonna drop these. I'm gonna drop them all here in this big one. Alright. I'll drop them all in that big one. We only have 2 little bags. That's all that was left on the shelf, guys. And I think I found out about this store closing kind of late. You know, there wasn't much of a selection. For example, I love Brushpile, to be honest. From that first time I used it, I do. But it would have been really awesome to find a lot of eye-hole jigs too. You know, I'm gonna put those in a crappie magnet box that I already have. And who knows, my slab runners, those might stay like that in the door of my truck for a little while, right? These jigs might too. So we got some, let's see, got some 1/64 ounce jigs. I'm gonna go in this top hole. Well, let's go in this one. 1/64. 1/64. Okay, 1/64. 1/64. Y'all, I am going to be set on little micro jigs for probably 6 months to a year. No kidding. I just really lucked out. This box, I think, is going to be a really nice box. And I think that we are just going to have an awesome time. So these are 1/48 jigs. Pop these right here, and I'm gonna go back. I have to go back, y'all. I have to go back. I think I saw another color of this shad style baits, and I'm just beyond excited. Yeah, I think we need like a white blue. I think the white blue would be nice. So that 1/48 ounce is going there. And they didn't have as many of those anymore, so kind of have to just go with it. All right, so we're gonna get this 2-inch blueberry hammer. We're gonna add them here in the middle. Oh, and I missed. Big time. Let's get those out of there. No bait left behind. Oh, I better start picking my stuff up because this wind is going to make me lose everything. Alright, so that's going somewhere else. I gotta find it at home. I gotta find all that at home. I gotta find these at home, you know. Nobody really talks about how to keep your jars, right? It's gonna be something to figure out, okay? So I have a bunch of these 2-inch chubs, right? I wonder what I can do. I think this is what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to end up moving all the 64th up here. This 1/64 up here. All right, so we got all of those moved over, situated. Sorry if you weren't able to see that. We moved all the 1/64th, 1/48th, and we have our tiny split shots. And now we have these glittery disco chubs, right? I'm going to drop those right there. I think that's gonna be a pretty cool presentation. I'm really looking forward to trying that disco chub. And honestly, it looks pretty cool in that spot on the box too, right? Does it not look awesome right there? So we have another one. We'll throw it in here too. Should fit just fine. Should fit just fine. Just fine. Right there, just like that. Alright, so we got that in there. I somehow forgot to put this last blueberry. Pretty cool color. So we got two sizes of blueberry. The 2-inch hammer and the 1 1/2 inch hammer. So we got those right in here. Right, those tails are always finicky. So for now, we are done with that box. All right, we got some chubs, we got some slab style baits, and we got some other jackhammer baits. We got our tiny jigs. We just make sure to throw a couple bobbers in our pocket, and voila, we got a nice Brushpile Jigs box, right? And of course, yeah, we got a few extras that we're gonna have to find out what to do with, but it'll be okay. These are 2-inch. I'm pretty sure I have another box somewhere that could benefit from some kind of 2-inch size jig style bait, right? Look, oh my gosh, I just noticed these. These are the double tap ocean breeze. You notice? Can you see that? It has 2 tails. It almost reminds me of a trout magnet, crappie magnet. See that? 2 tails. Is this one too? No, this is just the regular single tail. Yeah. Okay, well, I think we did a really good job. For $42, you tell me, guys. How did we do? Make sure to comment. Okay, $42. We got a load of stuff that I don't even have a home for right now. We got an awesome MicroJig little box, right? $42. Well, count the box. $47. Did I get a good deal? Yes or no? Comment below. Thanks.